Continue. And then after that, you become a very beautiful baby in the womb. Continue. And then you're delivered into this world, and now you are here. Okay? Do you understand? Alright. So, what happens to those babies carried by teenage mothers who are being dumped on the road? What happens to them? Don't they have a right to live? Don't they have a right to live like you guys as well? Right. So what I'm concerned right now is for you all to understand your sexual rights, so this will not happen to you. I'm not saying teenage pregnancy is a bad thing, but there's a lot of complications that comes with teenage pregnancy, and I've experienced a lot of things with teenage pregnancy. I want to tell you a story. Okay? This is a 14-year-old girl. She got raped by her grandfather many times, and she got pregnant. And she was brought to the hospital when she was 8 months pregnant, and she didn't even know that she was pregnant. So whose fault is that? Is it her fault? Is it her parents' fault? Is it her grandfather's fault? Or is it our fault because we don't come out there and teach them how to tell them not to involve or to say no when people want to intrude? Is it our fault? Is it your fault because you didn't take the time to talk to your family members? You didn't take the time to tell your little sister or your little brother regarding sexual education? Or you didn't empower yourself, you didn't take the time to gain that knowledge. We cannot say it's anyone's fault. Of course it's the grandfather's fault, right? But other than that, a lot of party plays, okay? So this is taken from the Star. You know Sharizat? Any one of you know Sharizat or not? Come on, you should know this. Sharizat is the women's minister. You know, right? Okay.
Women's Development.
Women's Development Minister. Okay? Right, this was depicted from the Star, Sunday of June 2007. Sharizat said, all must help to curb teenage pregnancy. Why? Why this is a major concern? I will tell you why this is a major concern. Because teenage pregnancy has a lot of deteriorating outcomes to the mother and to the social economy. Okay? First of all, teenage. Define teenage. How much is teenage? The years. Umur berapa sampai ke berapa? 13 sampai 19. Teenage, ha? You all are teenagers ni. You all? Teenagers lagi? Tak. Okay, tak apa. So, what causes teenage pregnancy? I highlight the red ones because this is more common in our community. The first one is lack of education. You have to educate yourself. Okay, you cannot wait for people to educate you. You have to find the time to educate yourself. If you don't understand, then you seek for answers. Okay? You have all the time in the world right now, compared to me lah. You have all the time in the world. Another one, peer pressure. Ada tak anyone kat sini, kawan-kawan yang cerita pasal diorang punya own sexual encounter ke apa ke? Ada tak? Anyone? Wow, you all so good ah. But one of the causes, how about you Isaac? No. Well, peer pressure maksudnya kalau you ada kawan yang kawan you banyak-banyak terlibat dalam apa gejala seksual ni, okay, dia kata kat you, I dah buat dengan banyak lelaki lah, you tak nak try lah? Try lah. I boleh bagi you satu lelaki, you nak? So, that is called peer pressure. Kalau sekali you kata no, tak apa. If every day you kena benda yang sama, people keep asking you, why don't you have sex? Why don't you have sex? Don't you think one day you will be having sex? Alright? Okay. Another thing is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is rampant nowadays, and the worst thing is it happens within your own home. Okay, so that is something that we're trying to curb, but very difficult to curb. Another thing is poverty. Okay, in India, okay, if you've ever been to India, I suggest you should go because it's a very beautiful country. In India, there's a small town there where children at the age of 14 and 13 are being sold as sex slaves to pedophiles. Do you know what's pedophiles? Adults that love to have sex with children. And these children have no idea what sex is. And they will start to get pregnant because they don't use a condom. Okay? So this is what's going on in India. And it's not only in India. It's going on in the Philippines. It's going on in Thailand. So I'm telling you what's going on in the world, because there's a lot of bad things that's going on in this world nowadays. And one thing is low self-esteem. I want to ask you a question. When you grow much older than now, okay, if your friends have boyfriends or they're married and you don't have anyone, do you feel like you're unequipped? Like, do you feel merendahkan diri? Do you rasa like, okay, kalau you ada boyfriend, you ada boyfriend, kawan you tak ada boyfriend, and then you tak rasa ke, rendah diri? Kenapa dia ada boyfriend, kenapa you tak ada boyfriend? Ada rasa tak? Tak ada? Tak rasa apa-apa? Okay, so this is one of the cause of low self-esteem. Okay, alright, so low self-esteem can lead to teenage pregnancy. Okay, one more thing. Low education, ambition and goals. Remember when I first started, I said each and every one of you should have a goal. Each and every one of you should have an ambition. Why? Because when you have a goal, when you have an ambition, when you know what you want, you will prevent yourself from doing all this. Because you already have a goal. I want to become this. I want to become this. I want to become the next Prime Minister. I mean, anything is possible in this world. You guys are lucky because you're in Malaysia. Can you imagine if you're in another country where education is inaccessible for women? In Afghanistan, women are not allowed to be educated. They cannot even read and write. So you guys are lucky. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Ambition and goals are very important for you all. Okay? So this is just the facts that you should know. Okay? These things they don't teach in schools. They don't teach you these things in schools. So you guys are lucky. So you guys should tell this to your friends that most people become sexually active less than 20 years old. So bear in mind there are people your age having sexual activity right now. Okay? And then another thing is 10 to 40% of unmarried girls have unintended pregnancy, meaning that 10 to 40% of you, okay, will have sex but then don't use the proper contraception and they will get pregnant. And this results in teenage pregnancy. Okay? And then 14 million children worldwide are born every year to young, married and unmarried women aged 15 to 90. 14 million children. Can you understand the facts there? Okay. So now we talk about unwanted babies. Babies being dumped here and there. You watch the news, kan? You see the news. Any one of you tak baca newspaper? Baca ke tak? Ke study je? Okay, so now we talk about teenage pregnancy. The following pictures will be a bit disturbing, so just bear with me. Okay, social consequences of teenage pregnancy. When a young girl gets pregnant, this is what will happen to her. Socially, she will drop out of school. Okay, if you get pregnant, let's say, not to say that you will, I mean, when you get pregnant, would you like to continue to be in school? Everybody will laugh at you, right? So definitely you will drop out of school. Most of you will drop out of school. Okay? Another thing is, do you think you can work when you're pregnant? No. So most of you will be unemployed. And then most of you will suffer from depression. Do you know what is depression? Do you know what is depression? Do you know that the major killing dying, killings, the major death in this whole wide world is actually suicidal death due to major depression. Do you know that?